beautiful friends. My name is Anna. Welcome back or welcome to my kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how to make creme brulee. Creme brulee is such an old but definitely delicious recipe. In case you're not familiar with it, it is a French dessert. As we know, France is known for their pastries and dessert, and this one doesn't fall behind. I think it's one of the most popular French desserts, and there's a reason for that. It's rich, it's creamy, it's everything you want a dessert to be. It's very sweet. I tend not to add a lot of sugar because I don't like mine extremely sweet, but as you can see, only 5 ingredients, which are heavy cream. You're going to need egg yolks, a little bit of granulated sugar, vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. That is it. That is everything you're going to need to make this dessert. When it comes to recipes like this with a handful of ingredients, it's all about technique. That's what matters. So the first thing we want to do is boil our heavy cream very lightly. So I have a saucepan here. I'm going to add my heavy cream to it. There we go. And now I'm going to cook this on medium heat until it starts to lightly boil around the edges. You don't want a full-on boil because otherwise you're going to curdle your egg yolks. So just a lightly boil around the edges. It should be hot, but it shouldn't be completely boiling. Okay, so now I am going to separate my eggs. So as I said, we need only the egg yolks, and you also want to start preheating your oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna put here in one bowl the egg whites, and make sure you are using room temperature eggs. Whenever you're baking, make sure you go for room temperature eggs so they can cook evenly. Okay, so in one bowl, we have our egg yolks, and as you can see, that's a beautiful, beautiful cut. It's actually the perfect amount of egg whites for a pavlova. I have a recipe for that here in the channel, so you can check it out. If you need another dessert, be using the same amount of egg whites, so that's perfect, or a nice breakfast will do. I am going to add the sugar to my egg yolks, and now we're going to beat these until they're nice and kind of fluffy and have lightened in color quite a bit. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like just in a couple of minutes. So it's gonna take about, I would say, 1 or 2 minutes for them to get to the right consistency. Okay, this looks like it's almost there. As you can see, they have lightened color quite a bit. They're a little more pale. They're not that bright yellow anymore. Now to it, I'm going to add a pinch of salt, just a tiny little pinch, about 1/8 teaspoon. And this is going to bring out the flavor in our creme brulee. Okay, so my cream is perfect. This is the part that you have to be very careful with. I went ahead and put a damp paper towel underneath my bowl so it doesn't move around. Now we have to temper our eggs. This is important because if you don't temper your eggs correctly, your eggs obviously will scramble with the hot cream. So what you want to do is you want to start adding a little bit of the cream at a time and just go ahead and whisk non-stop, right? So we have to do this a little bit at a time so we can properly temper our eggs. Add a little more cream, keep whisking. Okay, once the eggs have tempered, okay, so now we can go ahead and add the whole cream because the eggs have been tempered enough. Okay, and this is what you should have. Now I'm going to go ahead and add vanilla. I add about 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It is quite a lot, but remember, this is just egg yolks, cream, sugar. So if you don't add a lot of vanilla, to me, it really won't have a lot of flavor. So I like to add a good amount of vanilla, about 2 teaspoons, like I said. Now you want to mix it. Okay, so our creme brulee mixture is done, but I am going to pass it through a sieve just in case any of our eggs did scramble or curdle. you're gonna be able to obviously remove that from the final dish. So, okay, I think we did pretty good. There's nothing in the sieve. I also like to get a spoon and remove some of this foamy top from the whisking. This is going to ensure a much more creamy product at the end. So I just remove some of that. So now that our custard is finally done, we can talk about ramekins. So we're going to be baking this in a water bath. It's going to, again, ensure that you have a really nice and creamy custard. So I have my roasting pan here with a few ramekins. If you made it this far in the video, I have a special treat for you guys. I am giving away a set of ramekins with the kitchen torch that you're going to need to obviously caramelize the sugar on top to make that iconic caramelized sugar on top of the creme brulee. Because I know not a lot of people have these things in their home, so I want you to be able to make this dessert. Like I said, you can use many type of ramekins. Here I have so you can see a round ramekin that is quite shallow, which I love because creme brulee, like I said, it's very rich, it's very sweet, so you really don't need a lot of it. So I really like this big, round, shallow creme brulee dish because it gives me more surface for the caramelized sugar, which I absolutely love. I think that's like one of my favorite parts. You can also make it, here's another type of creme brulee dish. As you can see, this is more oval, again very shallow because you really don't need much. And then last but not least, you can make it in this kind of like souffle ramekin that is also used a lot for creme brulee. So to enter the giveaway, you just need to be subscribed to the channel, you need to like this video, and I want you to comment down below your favorite dessert. So let me know what's your favorite dessert, and whoever wins will have the chance to pick whichever ramekin they want for the creme brulee, and to also receive, like I said, a kitchen torch. So that is it. Make sure you comment, you enter the giveaway. It's going to be open for 1 week. I'm still not sure if I'm going to announce the winner in a video or if I'm just going to let them know in the comments. So make sure you look out for that. This is going to yield about, I would say, 6 to 8 servings, depending on how much you need. Sometimes it yields more, sometimes it yields less. It's really kind of like a crazy recipe. It always happens, even though if it's the same quantity. So I am going to fill it, I would say, almost all the way up. Okay. Okay, so we still have some custard left, and I think I can fit. Okay, I think I can fit this one in there. So I was able to get about 10 servings out of this one. This one's a little bigger, so this would be about 2 servings. So depending on the size of your ramekin, you will have less or more. So now all that's left to do is bake these in the 325 preheated oven for about, I would say it's gonna take about 35 to 45 minutes. You know it's ready when the outside, like the edges, are slightly set, but the center is still a bit jiggly. If you over bake it in the oven, once you put it in the refrigerator and it's set, it's going to be over baked, and your creme brulee is not going to be creamy. It's going to be somewhat curdly. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to fill this pan about halfway. You want the water to reach your ramekins about halfway. Make sure when you add the hot water to your pan, none of the water goes inside any of the ramekins, because that will prevent your creme brulee from setting. Once it's done baking, I'm going to let it come to room temperature for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to pop it in the fridge for about 2 hours, and then we'll be good to go. My creme brulee has been in the fridge for about almost 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It is perfectly set. It's nice and creamy. What I have now are some berries. I'm just going to decorate them with our different berries. So I have some blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries. And of course, you're going to need some additional sugar to caramelize on top. So I'm going to sprinkle some sugar. I'm going to use about a tablespoon. You might need more. You might need less depending on the size of your ramekin. Okay, so I am going to get my kitchen torch. You want to do it from the top, just like so. Okay, so now I'm going to let this harden up for a few minutes. Meanwhile, I am going to make a few slits on my strawberry so we can fan it out. Now we decorate it with our strawberry. And with our blueberries right around here. And this should be your final result. Okay, this is the fun part, my favorite part. Let's do this together. So I'm gonna get really nice and close so you can hear the crack. Can you hear that? Ooh, look at that crack. Look at that beautiful, beautiful consistency. It is nice and creamy. And we got all of that caramelized sugar on top. This is by far one of my all-time favorite desserts. It is just so good. Remember to enter the giveaway. I can't wait to see who wins, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.